Before we get started, go down to your status bar and compare your setting with my turn on icons and make sure it matches with mine. Bring your drawing to top view. Type L for line command and start from 0, 0. Bring your cursor to the right and enter 116 inches. Bring it up for 72 units. I'm just gonna track and type C to close. Type J for join command. Select the segments. Now it's one object. Type L for line command again and draw a line from midpoint to midpoint. Type O for offset command. Enter. And enter half of 46, which is 23. Click this line. Click to your right. Click this line again and click to your left. Delete that. Line again from endpoint to endpoint. Right click to repeat line from endpoint to endpoint. Join the segments. So type J for join command. Select line. Select this line. Select this line and select this line. Now it's one object. Extrude this one for 10 units upward. And select the smaller rectangle. And extrude this one for 3 units. Copy this one. And use this endpoint as base point. Bring up your cursor and hit that perpendicular point. Go back to the ribbon and select subtract command. Click the object you want to keep, right click and select the object you want to remove. Union these two objects by using union command from the ribbon. Now this is one object. Go to solid, select fillet edge, and go down to the command window, click the radius option and enter 12. Click this edge, enter twice. Bring your drawing to top view. Draw a construction line with a distance of 96 from this center of the circle to this center. So 96. Another line for 52 units. I'm just gonna track and close. Join the segments. Move this one from center to center of the face I'm just gonna turn off the grid. Draw a circle. So it's type C for circle command. From this corner, enter 5 units. Copy this circle from center to that corner, this corner, and this corner. Select the 4 circles and extrude it downward. Select subtract command from the ribbon. Click the object you want to keep, right click, and select the 4 cylinders. Now I'm done with the first component, which is the base plate. I'm just going to change the visual style to shaded with edges. Delete this thing here. And the next part to draw is the bracket. Let's hide this one first. Click the object, hover over isolate, and hide object. We're gonna bring it back again when we assemble the parts. Now bring your drawing to top view. Type L for line command. And our first corner point with a coordinate value of 200, 0. So type 200 for X coordinate, comma, then 0 for Y coordinate. Bring your cursor up for 72 points. 35 to your right, then enter. I'm just gonna track and close. Type J for join command and click the objects. I'm gonna use polyline starting from this corner and 5 units to your right, as shown here, and bring it down to a perpendicular point. To your left, another end point, and type C to close. I'm going to extrude this one for 10 units, which is the thickness here, which is from this corner to this corner. I'm just going to change this to X-ray and bring that object or move it up from this corner to this corner. It's easier to use 2D wireframe. Okay, extrude this one and bring it down for 4 units, which is this one here, from this point to this point. Now go back to the ribbon and select subtract command. Click the object you want to keep, right click, and click the object you want to remove. Bring this drawing to left view. And draw a line from this point to this point. So type L for line command. And from this midpoint up for not 40 units, but this one here, up to the center of this circle. So this is the one here. So from this point up here is 50 units. So line, and from this corner, a midpoint, bring it up for 50 units. Now draw a circle by typing C for circle command, and using that endpoint as a center, enter 15 units for radius. Right click to repeat circle, and from the center, enter 6 units for radius. Type L for line command, and from quadrant to perpendicular point, same process here, to perpendicular and to the end point. Type TR for trim command, enter twice, remove this one, remove that, click that, and erase. Type J for join command, select this arc, this line, and that line. Now it's one object. Just gonna turn off the grid, and the thickness for this is this one here, looking from left view. So extrude this object towards that direction for 8 units. Draw a circle, so type C for circle command, and from the center, enter 15 units. Click that circle and extrude for 5 units towards this direction, which is this one here, from this point to this point. Click that circle and extrude it for up to this point. Move. I'm just gonna change this to X-ray. Combine the objects first, this one, this object, and this one. Now it's one object. Use subtract command from the ribbon. Click the object you want to keep, right click, and click this cylinder to subtract from the whole thing. Now we've created a hole. I'm just gonna bring this again to the wireframe, and from the back, right view, no, left view, draw a line from this point to this point, which is this one here, up to that point is 40 units. So type L for line command, and from the midpoint here, bring a line for 40 units upward. Connect it to the midpoint here, and connect it to the endpoint here. And the thickness for this triangular portion is from this point to this point is 10. So what I'm gonna do is join the segments first. So type J for join command. Click this line, and this line to make it into one object. Extrude halfway towards that direction for 5 units. I'm doing this to center the object. and use press pull command from the ribbon. Just hover over. Once it turns blue, left click, let go, and bring your cursor to the opposite direction for another 5 units. Let me check. Now it's perfectly centered. I'm gonna combine this object and this one. And the next thing to do is do a fillet on this corner and this corner. And the radius for that is 12 units, as shown here. So solid, select fillet edge, go down to the command window, select radius option, and enter 12. Click this edge, and click that edge, enter twice. Now we have to poke a hole or holes through this corner and this one. So let's bring our drawing to top view. I'm just gonna change this to the wireframe. And the distance between two holes so from the center to the center here is 52. And from the center here to that end point is 10. So what I'm gonna do is draw a construction line, L for line command, enter 52, and to the right for 10 units. I'm just gonna join this one, move from midpoint to midpoint here, and type C for circle command, and from that corner enter 5 units for radius. I'm just gonna copy this one, now I can erase this object. Extrude these 2 circles. I'm going to change this to X-ray. Select subtract command from the ribbon. Click the object you want to keep, right click, and select these 2 cylinders to remove. Now the next thing to do is apply fillet edge. So go to solid, select fillet edge. So it's 15. So fillet edge, go down to the command window and click radius option and enter 15. This one here. And this edge, enter twice. And for this one is 3. Yeah, this one is 3, 2. So fillet edge, and to the command prompt, click the radius option and enter 3. Click this edge, this edge, this edge, this one here, this one, enter twice. Right click to repeat fillet edge and click this one too. Enter twice. I think we're done with the bracket. The next thing to draw is the ruler. I'm going to draw a line for guide, so type L for line command, and from the center along the x-axis for about 100 units. Bring your drawing to front view. Click this one, right click, hover over isolate and select hide objects. Draw a line from end point for 26 units. We don't need that anymore, which is the distance from this corner to this corner. Another line from midpoint, bring it downward for 76 units, which is the diameter of our ruler. And draw another line from this point to this point is 3 units. So type L for line. Bring it down for 3 units. And let's draw a line from this point. So line from midpoint. Move your cursor to your left for 20 units. And from here up to here is 12. So another line for 12 units. Bring it back to the center and click that perpendicular point. Another line from this point to this point for 3 units. Offset this one. The thickness for that is 8, which is from here to here. So offset that. So O for offset, enter, and enter 4 units. Click this line, click to your right, click this line again, and click to your left. Type TR for trim command, enter twice. Remove this one. Remove this one. And the distance from this point to this point is 13, as shown here. This line is this line. So we're going to shorten that by using stretch command, or just click this one. Grab this grip and bring it down for 5 units to reduce the size, which is from here to here. Click again, grab this grip, and bring it up for 8 units, which is from this point, from this point. Let's double check. See, the distance is 13, which is from here to here. So type L for line. Click the end point to end point. Right click to repeat line, end point to end point. We don't need that anymore. Remove that. I'm going to mirror these segments. So type MI for mirror. Select those segments, and this is going to be our mirror line. And select no. We don't need that anymore. Join the segments. So type J for join command, enter, and select the broken segments. Now it's one object. Now we can revolve this one. Go back to the ribbon. Select Revolve command. Click this object, enter, and select the center of revolution, which is this one up to this point, and type in 360 degrees. The radii for the fillets for this edge and this one is 3 units. So go to solid, select, click this drop down arrow first and select fillet edge, and go down to the command window, click radius for option and enter 3. Click this edge and click this edge, turn your drawing around, click this edge and click this edge, enter twice. And for chamfer, click this drop down arrow, select chamfer edge, go down to the command prompt, and the first distance is 0.5, enter, and for the second distance, enter 0.5 again. So click this edge and this edge, enter twice. Right click to repeat chamfer edge and click this one, this edge, and this edge. Enter twice. We're done with the ruler. Let's move on to the next component. The next component to draw is the bushing. I'm just gonna hide these objects. Draw a line from center and along the x-axis for 50 units. I'm gonna hide this one too. And change the direction of the z-axis vector parallel to the direction of the bushing. Type C for circle, click the endpoint, type D for diameter option and enter 30. I'm just going to erase this one. C for circle command, locate center, click, type D for diameter option and enter 24. Same process, locate center, click, type D and enter 18. Thickness for the biggest circle is 3. So select extrude command from the ribbon, click this circle and extrude it towards that direction for 3 units. I'm just going to change this to 2D wireframe. Grab the middle circle and extrude it for 14 units, which is a difference of 17 minus 3 towards the opposite direction and enter 14. Grab the smallest circle, extrude it for about 50 units. Change this to shaded with edges and move the cylinder just enough to be over these two objects and select subtract command from the ribbon. Click the objects you want to keep, right click and select the object that you don't want. Now to apply chamfer, which is this one here, go to solid, click this drop down arrow and select chamfer edge. Go down to the command window, click distance and enter 0.5 for first distance. Press enter, and for second distance enter 0.5 and enter again. Click this edge and this edge, enter twice. Turn your drawing around. Right-click to repeat chamfer edge and click this edge. Enter twice. Now we have to apply fillet on this edge here. So click this drop-down arrow and select fillet edge. Click radius option from the command window and enter 0.3 and click this one here. Change this to realistic. I think our bushing is done. Let's move on to the next component. The next component to draw is the shaft. So type L for line command, enter, and from the center, draw this line as a guide and hide these components, isolate, and hide object. And change the direction of your Z-axis vector parallel to the direction of the shaft. Type C for circle command. Click that endpoint as the center and type D for diameter option and enter 18 units. Right-click to repeat circle. Type D for diameter option and enter 12. Same process. And diameter of 6. I'm just going to erase that. And the extrusion for the biggest circle is 46. So grab this biggest circle, extrude for 46 units. Just going to change this to the wireframe. And the second circle, or the middle circle, extrude it for 15 units, which is half of 30, which is also the difference between these two distances. So extrude for 15 units. Grab this one and copy from the center to the center here. Extrude this smallest circle long enough to be longer than the total of the three objects and move it along the Z-axis. I'm gonna change this to X-ray. Then go back to the ribbon and select subtract command. Click the objects you want to keep. Right click and select this cylinder to deduct it from the three objects. Bring your drawing to front view. Type C for circle command, and from the center of the face, type D for diameter option and enter 6 units. I'm going to change this to the wireframe. Extrude this one. And move it subtract command from the ribbon. Click this object, right click and select the object that you don't want. Now to apply chamfer, go to solid, select chamfer edge, and go down to the command prompt, click distance, enter 2 for the first distance, enter, and specify second distance, and also enter 2. So click this edge, enter twice, and click this one, enter twice. And now we are done with the shaft. The next step is to assemble the parts or the components. Bring your drawing to top view. I'm gonna mirror this one. So type MI for mirror command. Click this object. Specify mirror line. Bring it up and click. Select no. Mirror this one too. Attach this one, so move. Click this endpoint. Attach it to this corner. Move this one. Click this corner. Attach it here. Click this one. Move. And from quadrant, attach it to the quadrant here. Move. Quadrant to quadrant here. Move. Grab quadrant here. Shift right click. Select quadrant option. Click the quadrant here and attach it to the quadrant here. Shift right click, look at quadrant. Move this one. Shift right click, mid between 2 points. So locate the center here and the center here. Now we're holding the midpoint or the center of the object, and then shift right click, mid between 2 points. Select the center here and the center here. It looks okay, but we have to check. So use interfere command from the ribbon. Click the object, enter, and click the object again. It looks okay. I'm gonna show you what happened if the volume is overlapping. I'm gonna move this one. Select interfere from the ribbon. Click the objects, enter, and click the objects again. And as you can see here, the red color means the volume is overlapping. So I'm just gonna put that back. I think our drawing is done. Thank you for watching. And please don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon for notification, and see you again. If you want me to apply materials or a video on how to apply materials, please comment below. Thank you.